So, feeling worthy of asking for help or guidance from our spirit team.
That is today's Awake TV podcast title. That's what Sue and I are gonna talk about. So, how you guys doing? And then we're gonna get right into the topic. Feeling worthiness is a very, familiar subject for all of us, no matter who we are. Even like Sue and I, we kind of know our worth by now, but took us a long time to get there, like long time, right? By
Yeah.
working on ourselves. So that's a great subject to talk about it because that's gonna be affecting our love life, financial life, or also our career, anything, everything, right? And then if we don't feel worth, we don't ask help from our teams, like spiritual teams, higher selves, and then we live in a free will universe. And then if we don't ask for help, they're not gonna help us. Not because they're being mean. That's a law. So can you share this, Sue?
Yeah, I really want to hit that point that you just made hard. We live in a free will uh, realization
Mm-hmm.
where we are now, the density, so that is a law. And what that means as creators,
Mm-hmm.
we can create for ourselves whatever we want. We can
Yeah.
ride the high vibrations, we can ride the low vibrations, we can do
Mm-hmm.
self-harm, we can do self-healing. It's all up to us, it's all our gig. We're creating it as we go. Now, when we need help, which I don't know a human being on the planet who hasn't needed help at some time or another, our
Mm-hmm.
guides, the ascended masters, our higher selves, there is so much help out there that we can tap into at any moment in time. And for those that, really follow the Bible and any Bible or any kind of religious script, this applies to you too. It's right in your scripts.
Oh yeah, sure.
All you need to do is ask.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives the permission that these higher level entities, these ones that aren't better than us, they're just more knowledgeable and they're watching over us, that's the permission that they need to come in. Intervention isn't saving. Okay, so there's a difference there. When we're asking for help, we're not asking to be saved, because what that would do would be to interfere with our life plan and the things we're trying to learn in
Yeah.
this life and things that we're trying to overcome in remembering who we are as creator beings. So they'll never come in. I'm not saying never. Angels can save people if they're in danger of dying. I mean, and it
Mm-hmm.
has happened. But what I'm talking about is like the guidance in your everyday life that you're searching for, the assistance that you're asking for with that. This is what we're focusing on. And if you do ask, I suggest say it in the form of gratitude. In other words, if you put out there that I need something or I want something, the universe will just send you back more things to need and want. Okay. So what we say is as if it's already done.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for intervening on my behalf. Thank you for sending me clarity. Thank you for sending me strength. As if it's already happened, because that's how we create and that is how they work with us. What are your thoughts?
Well, to me, I become super like awakened. I know my galactic self. I know who I am 100% now. But I still do prayers. I don't do like a particular Catholic prayers anymore. But I know the power of prayers. Like when we pray, they can hear. Our prayers are like whatever the stuff we need help for, they can 100% hear. Our team, angels, Jesus, whoever, they can hear us. Because I was really praying really hard one day, and then help came right away. And then so far, I haven't found anything like fastest, amazing, like manifestation other than prayers. Other stuff takes time, and I'm kind of impatient. I like fast result. So prayers really fast and they're really, really sure, but they want assist us or help us or give us send us somebody else to help us on the behalf of them because they are not physical. They can't do that unless we ask for help because they think we can take care of it, we can handle it, and then
Yeah,
it's
and
very
they made
important.
an agreement with us before we came in, right? They agreed to not interfere unless we ask.
Mm-hmm. And then it's very important for us to ask for help when we really need help. And then, sometimes we feel like, we are asking too much, or is it too much to ask, or that's anything to do with worthiness. If you feel like you need help, like ask for help. Don't hesitate. It doesn't matter other people think like you're being pussy or too weak. It doesn't matter what other people think or your critical voice in your head tells you. If you feel like you need help, ask for help.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that stands in people's way of asking for help is possibly an issue of not unworthiness.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here to tell you that, and Erica, I think you agree with me, there is not anything, anything that you could have ever done in your life, as horrible as you can imagine, where God and his angels, and I say he, we know it's not a he or a she, but I'm just for speech
Yeah.
purposes. Um, God and the angels and our guides and our masters, we're all one anyway. We're
Yeah.
all helping each other have experiences. None of them is sitting there going, oh no, you don't deserve my assistance because you did X, Y, and Z when you were 18 years old. You know, it just doesn't work that way.
Uh-huh.
So we have to embrace the fact that we are also angelic beings having a human experience. We come from source, we come from prime creator, and we're going to talk about that in another session. But we are all deserving and love. That's what we are. We're love, and we're just having human experiences. And as humans in a density that is so much different from where we came from, we're going to make some mistakes.
Yeah.
And that is understood and expected.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to point out that we're all worthy of love and we're all worthy of assistance. And we can feel it when we open up to that assistance, right? What would you explain? How would you describe what you feel when you open up energetically and you ask for help?
It feels like you are no longer like restricted and you kind of let go of the control, like I gonna take care of this, because it, when you ask for help, honestly, you don't know what the heck you're doing. As much as you want to believe you know how to solve whatever the problem. So when we pray, which I still do, and they send you the form of the information or person or assistance, like yesterday I told Archangel Mikael what I want in my life, quite the bossy way, but that's a form of the prayer, in a way. Like, I want this and I don't want that, and then please give me this because I know you can get this, because, that was, I know, necessary for me to ask for the help. And then I know I'm getting one. I already got it from you today, part of the help. And then I felt like it's opening up, and then it's interdependence, opening up more of the 5D consciousness, because you're no longer yourself. You're no longer, I can do this on my own. Like, you are looking for other person, other beings to help you. That's a road to interdependence. That is a consciousness of 5D. So that's what we are
I
doing by
agree.
asking for help.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're always in there, right in our heart center, our heart chakra. We've talked about this before, that access it isn't from this floaty space above us. I mean, although it is all around us, but our eternal connection to all that is right here in our heart center. And that's why when we're able to open up, that's where the communication could come in. I want to tell you a story about what happened to me last night.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned, before I tell you the story, you mentioned earlier that you were just talking to Archangel Michael yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and then today, sure enough, your good friend Sue comes along, and I got an idea for you on that very same topic. Now, I was not thinking about that this morning, let me just say. It was not on the top of my brain, but as we were talking, I was like, hey, I got an idea for you. So interesting how that worked out, and I don't think it's a coincidence. So, my story, really quick. Last
Mm-hmm.
night I was laying in bed, and normally I'm one of those, I just fall right asleep. When I'm ready to go to sleep, I just gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm laying there, and a topic had come up in my mind, something um, that's very personal to me, and things are changing with the situation. And there's one individual who I still have some very significant anger rolling around about this
Mm-hmm.
individual, what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what they did was pretty tremendous. So I'm laying in bed and I start thinking about this person, and I thought, why am I thinking about this person? I'm trying to go to sleep. And the more I tried to stop my brain from thinking about this person, the more I just kept going into all these scenarios. So like apparently my ego brain had taken over and just said, well, what about this? What about this? What about this?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, come on, I don't want to do this now. So I just opened up to the angels and I said, thank you for coming in and assisting me in letting go of these thoughts. Uh, I don't believe this is how I really feel about this person. And this isn't serving me. This isn't serving the person. And thank you for taking this thought loop away from me, and so I can sleep. And I physically felt the energy come in, and as I had my eyes closed, in my mind's eye, I saw the beautiful gold white energy come in, and then I felt it in my body. And then before you know it, I didn't know what was going on because I had fallen asleep. They had taken it away for me. And I always say it with gratitude, as if it's already done.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for now. I don't think this sort of tactic works if we're trying to, if we're asking for a pile of gold, for example,
Yeah.
and it isn't in our life plan to have a pile of gold dropped in our lap at this moment in time during our development. That's not the way it works. Could you
Uh-huh.
talk a little more about that, Erica?
Yeah, I mean, the people who don't work with, my coaching program, for example, they feel like, okay, manifesting this or meditating this and stuff like that, their situation magically gonna change, but 6 months or whatever, they're still having the same problem. And then I'm always telling my client that when you are, you want to get something like either relationship or either your dream career or whatever, you have to put your work on it. Like, yeah, yeah, of course I can provide the tools for them and help them to remove blocks, but they have to work on it because universe are watching us to see we do our part of our job. We can just sit there and try to like waiting for angels or God or goddess or whoever to gift us this whatever we want when we are doing nothing. It doesn't
Yeah,
work
like wave a magic wand, right? That it
that.
doesn't work that way. Yeah.
It doesn't, because part of this is our learning experience as expanding our souls. So we gotta put some of our chore to into the equation because it's like a 50-50 kind of thing. We do 50, universe gonna put their 50 chip into whatever what we want in our lives, right?
Yeah, feeling fully supported. And I think if we're talking about relationships, say you have a current relationship, or you're looking for a future and you want it to be a certain way, then my suggestion is, the prayer for the assistance is, thank you for sending me the guidance to either be more aware of changes I need to make within myself, thank you for sending me guidance, how to spot issues that I need to work on to be more consciously aware of my own internal states and what I need to be able to express. Thank you for giving me the assistance in expressing my needs. Okay, it could be all those kind of things, but it's not the relationship itself that they're going to gift you, make it appear out of thin air. What it is going to be sending the help is going to be in the form of sending you the tools that you need to bring yourself to readiness to receive
Yep.
that beautiful relationship you're looking for, or to improve on one that you already have that's been troubled for so long. Like, how do we turn a corner with that? Well, I have to start opening up and getting help with what have I needed to work on, and
Yeah.
then being willing to change it and then taking steps towards those changes. Like you said, it doesn't just fall in our laps.
Yeah, and then also blaming for their partners, even though they might be 90% wrong, that happens when people are in the toxic relationship, for example. But you are contributing equation of this relationship by getting involved with this person. So
Yeah.
sometimes
And
you have to make a decision to step away from 90% of toxic person who is doing anything but create misery in your life, and then you just complain and see universe magically gonna change this person someday. It's not happening, because that's a lesson.
I think that's when people need to ask for help in understanding why they entered that relationship in the first place.
Oh yeah.
Clarity, self introspection, and understanding. And
Hmm.
I, because if we say I had the kind of personality where I could never speak my truth, and I just wanted to please everybody all the time, and I just want
You like.
everybody around me to be happy, but I don't want it for myself, or I don't think I'm worthy of it. Well, what kind of person am I going to attract into my life when I have that attitude? It's going to
Narcissist
be
or self-centered person.
self-centered, usurious. I have to balance my desire to please other people with the desire to please myself, with a desire to nurture myself and take care of myself and set boundaries for myself when I need to. So that's a more balanced chemistry that you're walking into a potential relationship with, or when you're trying to work on a current relationship. um, so if you find yourself in a situation where you are with a narcissistic person or surrounded by narcissistic people, these are the kind of things you can ask for help for. You have to believe that you're worth it.
Yep.
You have
And
to
then,
value.
yeah, believe it is one thing, but that's where Sue and I come in to get rid of all this root cause of why you formed this programming within yourself. So you're gonna wake up for real from the nightmare, and you have a courage to walk out of this toxic relationship. You know,
Yeah.
because
But
you can tell yourself, your brain, okay, I know this person, I can get out, but it's just all these patterns are engraved deep within your soul level. It might not be just in this lifetime, and then so many past lives as well. So it's not just you can make a decision and then get it over with one day, because you would have done it a long time ago if you could.
that's true. I think that's true. And asking for help, whether it be, from a practitioner like Erica and myself, but you can talk to your teams, your spirit teams,
Definitely.
every day, any time of the day, every day, I suggest, and ask, because you're worth it.
Yeah,
You're worth it.
you're worth it, because many lessons in the relationship reminds you of your worth, unless you're completely happy relationship, and
Yeah,
then that's help you to grow yourself. So there is a purpose for it, but you don't have to keep on being in that relationship after you learn lessons. That's my
that's
point
true.
of view personally. So, you know, asking for help is really important because, whether the person is a physical like ourselves or non-physical like angels or Jesus or your star families or higher selves, we want we might know, but the point is we respect your autonomy and the stuff like that. So we're not gonna budge in and, hey, do you want me to help you? You gotta express your need, and you gotta talk to your team or people like us, like how we can help you, that kind of thing. And then that's how you can confidently start changing your life with intention. And then you're taking action by asking for the help. So asking for the help is not just receiving, but you are putting your intention to the universe. You're willing to change now by asking for help right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And along with that intention, then if there's work to be done, got to be willing to do it. Okay,
Yeah.
whether that's emotional work, physical work, spiritual work. Um, because now that you've taken that bold move and said, I'm willing to change or to move forward, then sometimes it gets dicey. We're not going to lie. I mean, some of the things that come through in a session, a quantum healing session, or past life regression, galactic session, like you do, Erica. A lot of things that come in, the advice that's given, um, does entail personal willingness to work on the self, because that's where it all begins. And so, but you're worth it. And so you've gone this far, take the next step and start doing the work. But you got to be willing to ask,
Yeah, and
because
that's the most important message. Like we wanted to talk to you guys for today, because asking for help is, fifth dimensional consciousness, and asking for help is expressing your love for yourself and the caring for yourself.
perfect. I
Hmm.
couldn't say it any better.
Yeah, so we are going to bring a more interesting topic next week, and then we see you guys on next Friday. Please share, like, subscribe, and then we talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.
That was good.
I wanted to a little on the shorter end, but I thought we